I'm back, I'm biased, I'm bothered, and I am always unfiltered. If you are easily offended, this is not the place for you. But you still haven't managed to worthy up? Not to worry, let's get into this mess. Sisterwives, season 20, episode 4, where, according to Meri, the crack is just mighty in Parawan because Jen and her husband are after buying a new shop, right? This place is a bike shop. Now, Meri reckons it's a fun and happening place. I thought, for the love of God, can somebody please introduce these people to a bit of music? Bring them out for a bit of a session? Anyway, Meri wants to talk to Jen, like on her own, but Jen's husband is there, and this poor guy just has to leave. I thought, jeepers. Anyway, we do find out, right, that Meri has actually been in touch with Ron, that she met speed dating. Where's Ron? I want to see him on the telly. Like, I want to see these two together. So we do also find out that Meri has been talking to a couple of other guys, and one of them lives in Denver. Now, apparently that's okay with Jen. I thought, why the hell would it not be okay with this woman? She doesn't care. So Meri reckons, right, that Jen thinks her idea of dating is different because of the religion that she grew up in. I thought, that's grand, right? That's grand. But Meri, you're in your 50s now. You're not even part of that religion, and you haven't been for years. You know, let's get it going. So these are swiping through guys like on a dating app. And Meri says like that, it feels like a bit stupid. I tell, it's not because you're gay, Meri. You know, you feel stupid looking at the men when really, like, you'd rather be looking at the women, which is grand, by the way, which is grand. So we're hearing from Robin about dating apps. Now, she would never be interested in that, right? And I thought, is that because she would just rather do it the old fashioned way? You know, get knocked up by her sister's boyfriend and then look for a guy who has wives and a load of kids and a TLC contract. That's the old fashioned way. We know that's the way Robin did it. Anyway, Christine says that dating apps, they can be difficult because a lot of people are just interested in swinging. Now, Janelle says she's not interested in any of it, okay? She's happy with her life. But Cody is wondering, how would you ever would find out about the person on a dating app? I thought, well, you'd probably find out about as much as you would, like, in 60 days, which is basically what you do, like, for your courting before you marry a person. Oh, this man. Anyway, we're back with Meri and Jen, right? Now, Meri likes a guy in this app, but she says, like, he's a bit young for her. And Jen reckons it's grand because she'd only be considered a cougar if the person was about 15 years younger than her. But, like, Meri is in her 50s, so if a person was 15 years younger than her, he'd probably be about 40. That's grand, right? It's absolutely grand. But these are going through the app, right? There's a person on the app with an apron, and the apron says kiss the cock instead of like kiss the cook. Now these two are just laughing hysterically, but then they start making jokes, right, about a guy's hair and like how a guy has to look after their hair. Now Mary thinks, okay, this is just hysterically funny also, because she is actually talking about Cody. Oh, for God's sake, Mary, for God. Like, she just seems a bit desperate. You know, when she's doing this, it just seems very desperate. Now, if Janelle did it right, it would be hilarious. But when Mary does it, it's like, nah, nah, not working for you. Anyway, so now we're in Flagstaff, okay? So Cody and Robin, like, they have to pack up this feckin' house. And we find out from Janelle that she only knows that they're moving house because she heard about it when we all did, right? On social media. But she is excited because hopefully, like, this feckin' Coyote Pass land is gonna have to be sold. Now, Cody's brother Michael is helping them, like, pack up the house. Anyway, Cody is talking about the fact, like, that he just stinks, right? I tell him, go and have a shower, dude. Just go and have a shower. But because he is stinking, he thinks that he's peacocking, and he tells us that him and Robin, they're basically haven't been banging, right? Because these two have been arguing. So he thinks that, like, by stinking, it's just going to do it for Robin. Do you know what would never do for me? Body odor. But that doesn't matter, right? I thought, Robin, go and get your baby oil. Give this man his hour-long massage, you know. Do what you told the O3 to do. Anyway, Robin is telling us that because of the other wives, she was uncomfortable showing affection, and now she has to get comfortable with it. I thought, well, that's a lie, Robin, because I know you were very comfortable with it. I seen you with the feckin' herpes all over your mouth. But I was very distracted by the Clink film, okay? What are they doing here? Why are they wrapping it about around the chairs? I've no idea what the hell is going on. Anyway, Cody wants to get to a point where he could just walk down the road with Robin and that she's just gonna smack his arse.
I'm telling you, I would pay money to smack this guy's arse. So anyway, we're over in Christine and David's house. Now Paedon is there, right? And this chap is just having a jam sandwich. But for some reason he's having it with chicken pie. I thought what a peculiar combination. So we're finding out that Paedon is also going to be moving to North Carolina. But he's just going by himself, right? And he has everything packed. I don't know why he didn't move when McKelty was moving. But anyway, he's just after finishing up his time in the army. Now, Christine is obviously upset that all the kids are actually moving, well, to North Carolina. But the reason Paige wants to move there is because when he was in the army, right, he was there with Garrison. And these two, of course, they were best friends, right? So he wants to feel closer to his brother. So, like, if he's in North Carolina, he's going to be beside Maddie and the kids. And he's going to be beside Janelle. And of course, like, McKelty is there as well, right? And I was thinking that going back into the army after Garrison passed away, like that must have been so difficult for him because they did join up together. I think this would be great. Like, I think it would be great for him to get away for a while and just immerse himself in some other family. But also, the reason that he is very interested is because Maddie told him that she has loads of like Christian friends that are single and paid this like women. Don't have to tell me twice, I'm there. But I was looking at Paedon here. What height is this guy? Feckin' hell. Do you know what? He would be so handy to have like as a painter or like to clean your ceiling or something. He's nearly feckin' ditching off the ceiling, but that'd be a great job for him. I tell you, he'd do very well. Anyway, we're back with these two. Oh, swiping our more guys, right? So apparently somebody liked Mary's picture. Now she is gonna like their picture back, right? But the person who liked hers has to be the person who talks to her first. Because this woman is like a 5-year-old brain, But she does like this person because they're 6'4" and doesn't smoke. I thought, is that it, Mary? Like, that's it. Do you know what? Wherever Jackie Overton is, right? I guarantee you that woman would be a feckin' shoe in with Mary at this stage. I know she would. Anyway, Mary is talking to 6 guys, like, all together, right? But she's telling us that she's not a hussy. We never thought you were, Mary. Literally never thought that you were. But she is telling us, right, that she didn't date before Cody. And she just didn't have an opportunity to date outside of her church. Don't ever be doing this to your kids, right? It's way too durger, like it's way too cultish. Anyway, we're hearing from Cody, right? Now, he said that he was flirting with Mary, but it was really her parents that he was interested in. Now, as we know, right, Cody has a lot of mommy issues because we have seen it. But he has also told us that he does actually have daddy issues. This man loves himself a mommy and a daddy for some reason. I don't know what the hell went on in their house. Anyway, Mary tells us that Cody, like, he was very different back then, like, before he became a psycho, basically. But that even now, she still sees some good in him. I thought, stop saying that, Mary. This man feckin' hates you. Anyway, she does say, right, that Cody is trying to cover something up. I thought, like, what? Is she talking about Ken? Is she talking about the college tryst? Are we ever gonna find out? But you know what? She doesn't even have to tell us, right? She could just tell Jen, and then Jen could tell all of us. Oh, I want to know what this man is covering up. Anyway, Jen and Mary, they're still talking about the online dating. I'm getting bored of it, okay? Either hop on one, Mary, and tell me all about it, or like just bring me on a date or something. But I'm sick and tired of like her just telling me about the dates that we're not ever getting to see. Oh, anyway, Mary is lying again, right? Because she's saying that she can't be doing like the online dating for more than 5 minutes. But of course, we know that she was online to Jackie for hours, because even Leon had to tell her like to stop it. Oh, I definitely was wondering, right? Jen's husband, Sean, can he just take Mary on? I think she just wants like a title. You don't even have to touch her. Anyway, Mary says that it's a privilege to have her in your life. I thought, Mary, 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 you need to lower your standards a little bit. Like, basically, none of your family even talk to you. Calm down. But I do want to let you know, right, that there hasn't been one customer inside of this bike shop for the whole time, right? Not one customer. I thought put in a coffee bar like for during the day, like get this place up and moving. If this is supposed to be like the happening place, put a coffee bar or something in there. Anyway, we're back with Christine and David, right? Having a ridiculous conversation about changing their surnames. And apparently David wants to be called Merta or something, right? I don't know. Also, I don't care. Now, Christine says that she is really missing the kids. So, Paedon moved to North Carolina earlier that morning. I thought you're not really missing them an awful lot, though, because you didn't even have the chap move. But we do see a picture of Christine's family. Oh, so adorable, okay? Now, Christine says she feels like a bad mother because the kids are leaving. But like they're grown adults, of course they're going to be leaving. And I thought, Christine, be grateful because the flowers in the attic, they're never getting out of there, you know? So now we're getting this kind of a storyline, right? Now, this is like just a storyline. So we find out there's kind of a bit of an argument between Christine and Janelle because, all the kids like are moving to North Carolina, and apparently Christine is kind of raging, but she also says that her and Janelle don't talk like, an awful lot, and that they used to be business partners, but now they're not. By the way, she's talking about plexus, okay? We're not mentioning that. We're also not mentioning the fact that Christine is just wearing this awful, hideous jacket. I don't know what the hell she's doing. Anyway, their business is now split, okay? I think they're just doing their own thing in regards to plexus. And Janelle, like, she also has her life coaching thing going on. That I don't know who the hell is going to pay for that, but that's what she's doing, right? And we also have to remember that Janelle, like, she lives a good distance away from Christine with Maddie, the kids, and like the big huge farm. These two are grand. They're just like at different stages in their life. Like they're not a couple, do you know what I mean? They are just best friends. They're not a couple. Anyway, we're now back in Flagstaff with the losers and Michael, right? So Michael wants to know, like Cody, he's asking Cody, like, why are you moving? And Cody is now saying it's because he had COVID and he got divorced. So for anybody out there who had COVID, right, or you got divorced, apparently that's all you need. Just sell your house and get yourself a mansion. So according to Cody, right, Robin had an epiphany that she was just done with Coyote Pass. I thought these two need to get their stories straight because just a couple of episodes ago, she was telling us that she wasn't selling that land because of like her dream. And then in the last episode, Cody was telling us he had to sell it because he wanted to buy the house. So come on, like, get it together. Anyway, according to Cody, Robin is struggling being the only wife because she married him believing that he would be sharing his dick with loads of other women. But now, like, she just has to take it all by herself. I thought, all right then. Now, Robin is letting us know that she did want plural marriage. She loves Cody, but she didn't want him to herself. She just wanted his money. Or sorry, I meant to say she just wanted, like, other wives. Now, Cody is telling Michael that polygamy is really hard because Michael reckons that Cody was the coolest polygamist he knew. Now, you have to bear in mind, right, just 20 years between these two. So they wouldn't have even known each other, like, realistically, because Cody would have done his mission and got married, like, when this guy was just being born. So Cody's saying, nah, it wasn't really, like, it wasn't really good. I was just faking through it. I thought, God, Cody, no wonder your kids fucking hate you. Anyway, Cody says that Christine told him 15 years ago that she hated polygamy, but Cody, because he is an absolute another moron, right? He just ignored her. Like, the woman is telling him this and he just ignored her. Speak to your husband or your wife, lads, okay? Resolve your issues. Don't be a Cody, right? So Cody is telling Michael that basically he hates Christine so much that he doesn't want to talk to her. He doesn't want to say her name. And really, he just wants to pretend that she doesn't even exist. But he has to because he has to interact with her kids. Now, Michael corrects him, and Michael says, well, your kids. I thought, thank you, Michael. Thank you. Anyway, Cody is letting us know that he is a little bitch, right? But Christine has found her soulmate. But if she's really happy, she needs to get over whatever happened between her and Cody. I thought, God, I cannot wait until this man has read her book and we catch up, like, to those more modern seasons, episodes. Oh, I'd love actually a book review from Cody. Now, anyway, Cody is telling us, right, that polygamy is a lonely world. And Michael is wondering if any of the polygamist families he knows were ever really happy. Now, Cody is saying, right, that he drives by Christine's old house and he says, and Cody Pass. What he meant to say was Coyote Pass. But this is why the OG mansion has to go, right? Apparently it's just too sad, right? Just too sad. I guarantee it, those were calling Coyote Pass, Cody Pass. I guarantee it, they were. Anyway, we're back in North Carolina, right? And we're with Janelle and the family. So these are going to have Christmas early together. I love that. So Paedon has just arrived and they're out there getting their own tree. So they're cutting the tree from their own farm property and they all think it's great, right? Maddie doesn't give a shite because she's heavily pregnant and she has small kids. She doesn't really care. I think that's pretty fucking relatable. Now, apparently, okay, they had hoped to be further along with Taylor Farms, but they can't because they're still waiting on the paperwork. I thought, all right then, so planning permission seems to be a pain in the arse like anywhere in the world. Anyway, they're picking out a tree, right? But we're hearing from Meri and we're getting a little story, right? So apparently Cody was cutting down a tree and she said to him, it's gonna fall on the truck, right? And Cody says, no, don't be stupid, you and your woman brain, right? Because it's me with my man brain. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So Cody cut down the tree, right? And it did in fact fall on the truck, like Mary told him it was going to. But that reminded me, do you remember the episode where he's cutting down a tree and then he's sitting on Mary's back to tie it to the roof of the car? This guy, he's such a moron, he really is. Anyway, we're back in North Carolina. Now Caleb was cutting down a tree, right? This is actually the first tree that's after being cut from the land. Now, of course, Janelle is delighted that all of the small kids are there, you know. There's so much of the OG family. I am delighted for her because, as we know, this is going to be like their first year without Garrison. So I'm delighted that there's so many people there. So we're back in the OG mansion. Now, Cody asked Michael what he thinks of plural marriage because Michael grew up on polygamy, right? And he says he's not interested. But we know that because we met Michael before and he wasn't interested then. And that was 15 fucking years ago. So we're certainly not interested in it now. But Cody says, right, that his father lived plural marriage, and according to him, he did it great, right? Because his father was fairly old when he started banging other women. So the dad died with three wives who loved him, allegedly. So now Cody gets all really weird, right, about his dad, and he's telling us how hot his father was in his cowboy hat, even though he was an abusive piece of shit, right? But because he was so hot, that's why Janelle's mother wanted him so bad, right? Because he's macho and masculine cowboy, and she just wanted to jump his bones, apparently. And this man would be standing in the rain with his horse, and women would just like want to drop their knickers like when they seen him. Do you know when I see people with their horses in the rain, I generally think like you fucking gobshite, just walk back to the stable and stand there for a while. But anyway, not them, right? Because Cody is saying that Granny Cheryl, okay, that's Janelle's mother. She was just so horned up for a win. Now, I want you to remember what Cody is after saying, right, about the cowboy hat, right? I want you to remember that. So we're back in North Carolina, okay? And randomly we're just talking about the Darger family. Now, Janelle says that polygamy can work and that Joe Darger is an excellent polygamist. I thought, Janelle, is that because the wives and kids are fucking terrified of this guy? But anyway, apparently he did a great job, okay? And Janelle does like to let us know that Cody did in fact fail. Now, Cody reckons that Joe Darger succeeded because his wives knew all about the culture. I thought that's grand, Cody, but so did your wives. Actually, the only one who didn't know about the culture, okay, was Janelle, and she was actually the most suited, like, for polygamy. You know, I'm not including Robin in that. I'm specifically talking about the OGs. Anyway. Christine says that Joe Darger is kind of like an architect because he built his family up, and that Cody is kind of like a fireman because he was just running around putting out fires. I thought, were they fires like that he started? The guy is a gobshite. Anyway, Cody says that his wives weren't devoted to him or to each other. I thought, wrong. For 20 years prior to Robin, like the OGs did whatever it took, right? Regardless of what you think of these women. They did whatever it took for the good of the family, right? They did. Cody Brown, don't be trying to rewrite history. Anyway, I want to get the Dagger family back on the telly. So we're seeing like the Christmas tree at Maddie's house. They're putting it outside. I think it's gorgeous, right? I do. I think it's just cute, and I'm delighted that it came like from the actual farm, and that Janelle is just finally enjoying like her own thing. Okay, so we're seeing Cody and Robin saying goodbye to the OG mansion, and we see Brianna pretending to be sad. She's not, right? She's not. Oh, of course, like we do have to get another prayer huddle, all right? And Cody says that he doesn't know what went wrong, like why the OG wives got jealous of Robin's mansion. I tell maybe because you spent all their feckin' money. Maybe it was because Janelle was living in a caravan, you feckin' idiot, you. Anyway, these are now leaving the original mansion. And I thought, what the hell is wrong with this house? Why is the wall wrecked? This is a big money house. Couldn't they spring for somebody to fix it? Call David Woolley, he would have done it for you. He's handy. And then we get to see Aurora's boyfriend coming over. Oh, no, I've known about this guy like for quite a while. These have been going out together for quite a while. So September was their 1 year anniversary, right? This guy is the opposite of Aurora, by the way, because he does actually seem to have a bit of get up and go. He's in the military, and he's outdoorsy, like he looks like a bit of crack. Now, I want this to happen, okay? I want Brianna to get knocked up by this guy so we can just have we can just have the whole circle again. Because I'd love that. But anyway, that probably won't happen. And he's probably not going to marry Brianna. I want more polygamy. But I am looking forward to these two, okay, getting knocked up. Because I want to watch Cody watching her giving birth, taking photographs of her snatch. Oh, God. You know what I'm like? I do love a family tradition, like I do. So we're also seeing more clips of next week. And we see Jen talking to Meri, like basically coaching her on how to tell Cody that he's a piece of shit. Do you know, I do really like Jen, but I'm over Jen and Mary like in the whole dating thing. I'm just getting bored with it. Anyway, that is our recap. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day.